our top three, or two of our top three anyway, and our newly crowned champion. And folks, as we know, a very historical day here at Budds Creek. We had, of course, Zach Osborne taking the championship here, kind of a hometown feeling for him, if you will. It was also the place where he led his first ever professional lap of racing, and some 10 years later he comes and seals up a championship here, and I think that's a great thing after winning there last year. Adam Cianciarulo, we all know the stories and the struggles this young man has done, but congratulations to you on your first ever overall win as well. So I'm going to open up. I'm going to ask Adam the first question here. First I just want to say congratulations to you, Adam, on the big win here today. That has certainly been a long time coming for you, and you've been so close so many times, man. Take us through today and how you finally were able to achieve that ultimate goal. Well, this ultimate goal anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it starts a few weeks ago, actually, before Cianciarulo. I was just in a bad mindset. I just had a few bad races in a row. I think it was Redbud and Southwick, and I was just doing bad, getting bad starts, just not myself, and I was frustrated. You know, I feel like I'm capable. I feel like I have the right equipment, obviously the right team. You see my teammate having a lot of success, and it was a struggle for me. Getting mentally kind of down on myself during the week. It'd be pretty easy for me to go the cliche route and just say that, it was just easy for me to just keep going and keep going. But it's tough when I know I'm capable of something and I continue to kind of blow it. A lot of times in the lead, I've been washing the front end, and especially in outdoors, man, it's been a long time coming for me. And actually, before this week, I was watching old videos of Ricky Carmichael. I think it was Cianciarulo 2006, and he was battling with James Stewart, and it just looked like to me, and this may be an exaggeration, but it just looked like to me like he would rather die than lose. And I feel like that's the mentality that I came in with today. It was like that first moto I was leading, and I was like, I will pass out and die before somebody passes me. Like, that's probably a little bit of an exaggeration, but that's the mentality I came in with today. And you can see that with him sometimes. He's a perfect example. When he goes out there, it looks like he's laying it all on the line, and that's what I did today, and worked out for me.
Well, obviously you've got a good combination, you've got a good team, you've got great talent, and now it looks like you may have figured out a formula. I realize we only have one more race left in the season. I'm sure that's kind of a disappointment knowing that you're just getting where you want to be, but what does that mean, taking this first win? What does it mean for you heading into the Ironman with one more round to go?
Even today, after getting that first moto win, man, it's like when I was in the lead, I got the whole shot. I mean, vividly, coming around the first corner, I consciously thought to myself, there is no way I can blow this lead again. Like, I'm just not going to blow it. Like, I just can't do it. And once I got that first moto win off my back, man, going to the line that second moto, I felt so much lighter, so much less pressure. When you're capable of something, and you have your team and everybody behind you, and they all know you can win, and they all kind of expect you to win, which they should. And when it hasn't been happening, haven't even been on the podium this year, it kind of builds up weekend to weekend. It's like, all right, this is the weekend. All right, this is the weekend. And then it doesn't happen, and it's like, man, we only got 2 more chances. So once I got that first moto win, going to the line to the second moto, I was like, all right, let's do this thing, baby. So, yeah, I think it just bodes well for me for the next race, and also just going into next season. Having won races indoors and out now, I think I'm ready to, take that next step, be one of the elite guys, and hopefully contend for championships.
Well, congratulations to you for achieving that goal today, and good luck to you next weekend as well. And Zach, congratulations to you, man. I've followed your career for a long time as well, and seeing you be able to achieve the national title here today was special. And I know that you had a very healthy points lead coming into this one. The idea was that you wanted to keep that healthy points lead and secure the championship right here at Budds Creek. I know that in Moto 1 it got a little bit iffy. I think there was a lot of craziness that happened out there. Take us through your race day today and how you finally pulled it all together.
Yeah, the first moto was tough. I wanted that gate 1 on the inside since 5 or 6 weeks ago, and I felt good about it, and I felt comfortable with it, and just didn't get off the gate very good, and got down in that first turn, and was down with a couple of guys, and had to battle back on the track that was pretty tough to pass on. But that's kind of been the way of my series. Like, there's not been I think the last hole shot I got was, I don't know. The only one I know is Hangtown. It's been a while, so it's not like it's been hole shots and rainbows all summer. I've had to battle from the back a lot, so it's something that I've kind of gotten used to. Even though I do really good starts during the week, I just haven't brought them to the weekend, so it was really frustrating for me to be down in the first turn and have a mediocre start before going down in the first turn. So coming to the second moto, they were all doing math at the truck, but I knew that it would be easiest if I just won the moto, so I put myself in a position to do so, and yeah, I just felt really comfortable in the lead and on a really rough track, and can't say a whole lot more.
What was that emotion? What was the feelings that you were feeling in the final laps of the moto whenever you, in the race today, whenever you realized that the championship was basically in hand?
When I passed the mechanics area on the last lap and saw my whole team cheering and everything, I got cold chills, and it kind of all hit me. You know, this season has come with its own set of challenges, not so much racing, but personally, I found out that I was going to be a dad for the second time on Father's Day at High Point, and then the week before Millville, we found out that my wife had a miscarriage, so that was a really tough thing for us, and it's not, you know, it's been more personal, and learning how to carry this championship, and I've been on the red plate since the first moto of the season, so it's been a new learning experience for me, and just personally some battles, you know, and it's hard to not bring those to the weekend, but if you know me, you know my wife's a huge part of my program, and we don't miss a beat together, so it was a time where I needed to be there for her rather than her for me, and at the same time be there for myself as well. So it was a bit of a different dynamic. So there's a plan for everything. I'm here 11 years later from the moto that everyone knows, and to sit here and be a champion, just, you know, don't ever give up on anything you believe in, and it'll happen.
Amen, man. That's great. Now, thinking about the future. Next week we know we got the Ironman, but what is in the future for Zach Osborne right now? What's your future plans? I know that you want to go probably win, maybe at Ironman. Are you stepping up? What's the deal here? What's going on?
No, my plan was if I won the championship and then I was going to ride the 450, then I would ride the 450 at Ironman. Or if I was going to ride the 450 at Destinations, I would ride the 450 at Ironman, but I'm not going to do that. I'll just ride my normal 250 next weekend, and then for next year I've signed again with Husqvarna. I signed again with Husqvarna to do 250 Supercross and 450 outdoors, so I'll be moving up to the big class next year, outdoors for sure.
Awesome, awesome. Congratulations to you on that, and congratulations to both of you. Opening the field up, the floor up for questions. Does anybody have a question that they would like to ask either of these riders?
Zach, I think we all are familiar with your history here. Was it extra special? I mean, did it mean something significant to clinch here?
Yeah, I mean, it's same thing as my first win last year. Like, it's just like I said last year, it's ironic, and it's just fitting to the bill of my career and the path of my career. So it's awesome to wrap it up here at a track that I really love and enjoy. And I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's just the way things happen.
And Adam, even for you, I mean, you made your pro debut here, 4 years. I mean, one, did you think it would take this long? And two, what's it mean to do it here? Anything special?
I think it's interesting because I think, no disrespect because I was just as bad. I think Zach and I at our pro debuts we could have had like a competition to see who was most unfit, because I got the whole shot here. I got the whole shot here and went to 14th in about a blink of an eye. And I
got 18th.
I pretty much crapped my pants. I'm like, and then I took the front end and I was like, thank God I'm out of here. But
it's over.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy, like he said. He won the championship here, and of course, making his pro debut here didn't go so well. Same thing for me. I think I went 14, 16, for 15th, I think, and it's been a struggle for me. Coming and getting hurt and having the shoulder injuries, man, there's been a couple times where I about called it quits. I mean, it's just the truth. You build up from being hurt. It takes me so long to get back. It took me so long to get back. My body was growing. I was kind of going through everything, and it just seemed like life wouldn't let me win. Like, it was just one thing after the other, and there's probably 4 or 5 things you guys don't even know about that I never even, that I never even said. So it was difficult, and man, just this year to be able to win Supercrosses again and to win an outdoor race, it's its own victory. Of course, I'd like to be kind of more in the championship. I'd like to be where he is. That's the ultimate goal, but for me, it did take longer than expected, but it's more rewarding. I did come from rock bottom. I mean, there was a couple times where, like after Charlotte GP next year, I mean, the bruised shoulder that I had that I think everybody knows wasn't a bruised shoulder, it's like for a week I'm like, man, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? It's like my 5th shoulder surgery, and, I got the scars to prove it. So to come back from that and to be where I am, I think coming out of amateurs, everybody kind of was like, I was the hype kid, and everybody thought, I was going to come in and do well right away. And, having that kind of expectation kind of fade away now. I mean, I'm not looked at that way anymore, and I've kind of done it my own way, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah, and today you said you re-upped with Pro Circuit. How important was it for you to stay there? I know rumor was a lot of teams were coming after you.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Those guys have stuck by me through everything, both Kawasaki and Pro Circuit. I've been with Pro Circuit, and I've been with Kawasaki since 2004. I was 7 years old, and been with Pro Circuit since I was about 12 years old. And Mitch and Bruce and Dan and Zach at Pro Circuit and Kawasaki, man, those guys have always been so supportive of me. It's difficult for me to describe how bad I felt when I kept getting hurt, and I felt like I was letting those guys down. They invested so much in me, as an amateur, and they invested in me to win, and I completely understand that. And just for them to stick by me and never really complain, they never put pressure on me. They let me come around at my own pace, and they're like family to me, man. It's it's a special feeling.
Adam,
Name and
you're
affiliation.
sitting next to a national champion now. Does it give you hope? Maybe one day, 11 years from now, you'll get that 250 title?
I feel like you're trying to rope me into something
He
here.
is.
Just
He's
wondering.
He's fake news. Don't even answer.
11 years from now, you could do this.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I get it done, I don't care if it takes 20.
Amen.
I want you to know he's never asked a question in these press conferences before.
He's normally sitting at the back on Instagram.
Yes. You dragged it out of him. Zach, is it true that Mathis actually brought you back from Europe? Because I think he likes to claim that.
He claims that. Sure.
In the other fit of irony, the track owner here, Jonathan Beasley, says he was the only American to witness your lone GP win in Turkey.
Sure enough, we were far too east to be comfortable as Americans, but we got her done that day.
The first moto, you even had some small bike problems. There's a little smoke coming out. I don't know if you even saw it. And the first turn crash, too. Just talk about all the trials and tribulations of that first moto.
Yeah, like I said, it's kind of the way of my season. Like, I've been down in the first turn more than once, and just it was kind of fitting. I mean, I hate it. I hate battling from the back. I'm over it. I'm sick of it. It's been a tough summer. In particularly, Washougal was a really hard day for me, and it took me a couple weeks to recover. But in general, the grind has worn on me a little bit here the last couple weeks, and like I said, it's been a big adjustment personally to be in this position. So to wrap it up today is a huge, joyous, grateful occasion, but at the same time, it's a big relief and something that feels like a weight taken off almost.
Adam, second moto. At one point, believe it or not, I think McElrath was in position for the overall, and maybe Martin was going to edge you. Did you know all that? And
No, I was done doing math in my head. I did math in my head at Washougal, and I'm like, I'm just not going to let anybody pass me. Like, I was said to myself, I'm like, we're going down. Like, whoever passes me, and if it's for the overall, I thought it was Martin behind me. I thought he had got up. I think it was Plessinger, actually. I don't even know. But I was just like, whoever I passed, the next guy, I was just focused on him. If I started thinking backwards, I knew that's when it was going to go bad. And I feel like that's been a lot of my problem. And I think that's one of my main problems is you got to be kind of on the offensive kind of the whole time. And as soon as you start doing the whole math thing and kind of riding defensive, that's when the mistakes come. And All it takes is to drop a second and a half a lap or 2 seconds, and 3 or 4 guys go by you. And that was something I really, really didn't want to have happen today.
Does part of being on the defensive come from I have to not get hurt? Like 3 years of I'm trying not to get hurt. I'm trying not to get hurt. Is that where that comes from?
No, I don't think so. I have, and this is going to sound, you're probably going to think I'm lying, but I really have never gone out on the track and said, or even thought about getting hurt. I mean, really never. Even my first day back on the bike after a shoulder injury or something like that, it's actually been something I've been fortunate to kind of, be mentally kind of overcome that. But I think it's just one of those things where I didn't want to fail more than I wanted to succeed. Like I was like, man, I don't want to blow it again. I don't want to blow it again. I don't want to blow it again. Like I saw those halfway marks at Unadilla, and I'm like, let's do this thing, baby. And I just grabbed a handful of front brake and tucked the front in, and it's like, I'm like, I cannot think like that today. Like this week, I was just angry. Like, and that's how you have to come into these things. And yeah, I rode with emotion. I rode with anger instead of riding, trying not to fail.
Adam, I did feel slightly bad for you because normally with an overall win, you're going to roll up on the stage first. Zach got to do it this time, but he said he had a similar situation last year.
Well, I won Vegas, and he won the championship at Vegas, so it was like, I'm like, it is what it is. You know
Get
what
this
I mean?
guy out of here.
It's all good. It's all good. I mean, hey, he won the championship. He can push that bike up on the podium. I don't care, man. I'm stoked to get the first one out of the way. I'm not the type of guy that's going to be, I'm happy for people. Happy for people that work hard and accomplish their goals. So doesn't really take away anything. There might be like one less article about me, Weege or Mathis. You guys might not write as many words about me, but I don't read your stuff anyway.
It's fake news anyways.
Well,
I
Zach,
listen to the show, but
I don't.
I do.
Not unless I'm on. I just listen to my part.
I quit after last week.
well, Zach, you said the same thing happened to you last year here.
Yeah, Cooper won the championship, and it was my first overall, and it was kind of the
You
same.
beat me for that overall, by the way.
It was kind of the same feeling. So I tried to, when it was time to do trophies and stuff, it was Adam's turn to be in the middle, and I wanted to give him that opportunity, So I tried to respect that he was the winner today and give him his due.
Do you defend these titles next year, both the Supercross and the outdoor?
Just the Supercross. I'm going to defend the Supercross, and I want to ride the 450 outdoors. It's something I ride every week at home and making good progress with. So it's an opportunity that I'm looking forward to. I'm 27, about to be 28 years old, and it's time to move up. So I finally got my opportunity to do so. A lot of people think that those jobs and rides are easy to come by even when you're a champion, and they're not. So it's my turn and my time, so I'll be moving up for outdoors next season.
Is there anyone else that has a question before we close out today's press conference?
Where's the part where we ask questions?
All right, do we want to open the field up for questions right here?
Weege
No.
says
Yeah, let's just go celebrate, guys. What do you think about that? Congratulations. Thanks to everybody, and we'll see you next week at the Ironman.